What's up, guys? It's Michael for Faith Family and the Outdoors. Just got off work here and came down and fed the goats, did the chores. Copper is not barking for one reason. For the first time, it's because he got a new kind of food today. He got canned dog food today. I got the canned dog food was cookies, and we need to get rid of it. So Copper got something special today, and he's enjoying it. So I guess every once in a while, for a treat for Copper, he'll get canned food. But if you've seen in the last video, my job is going great. Here on the farm, everything is going great again. Still really cold here. Fix my collar here. I'm a little bit crazy. Big new plans coming this weekend. I'll go ahead and let you know. That way we look forward to what's going to happen here in this weekend. Something to do with the goats. We are hoping and planning for this weekend to switch the goats around, allow the goats to go on another pasture and try that out. That way they're not constantly down here. I know I said that in past videos, but that's our plan. Another thing I want to discuss this evening, it was a comment that was made on our past video about us not, telling people how much, you need a lot of money to start something this small. And no, you don't. And I didn't have a lot of money when I began to start this. It was small number. We started with a small herd. Still have a small herd. We don't have a large herd, but you don't need a lot of money to invest in something small. And that it doesn't take money. Sometimes it does if you want to go big, but if you want something small, just start small and gradually work up to something big. Money isn't everything. A lot of people, they say bigger, go big or go home. Well, okay, for something small like it, when you get something big and you only have a small area to farm, well, then there's no point in that. Start small. I have 7 goats right here, not 8 counting Jekyll, 8 goats, and that's all you need. And I have one pasture, 2 pastures really, because I got the one behind the garden. But that's all you really need. And you have hay, you got everything you need. Start small. And with this spring coming up, we'll have little ones on the ground, and we'll probably hold back a few doelings. But you don't have to start from the very tip top to be successful in farming. You could start really small with a very small herd and a very small amount to farm and gradually work up to something big and be successful. You can be successful at anything you want on a farm if, and I'll say this, have a desire to do it and put forth the effort to do it. Farming is a tough... I've always wanted to farm. My dad never did really farm. My grandpa had cows way back in the day and got out of it. And somehow I just found it and fell into it, and I love it. Being around my uncle a lot of times around farming was awesome, and I enjoyed doing it, and I wanted to do it. So in middle school, when I was in school, I raised chickens. Started out small and gradually moved up from there. And then last year, I moved up to raising goats. And I'm not going to lie, it has been a struggle. It has. And it's been something that I have learned a lot of mistakes from. By a lot of sickness and a lot of death has happened. And you're going to have that on a farm. And it, for me, was a really learning experience, and I'm still learning. Every day I'm learning something new about goats and what they do, and something that I have never been too proud to do is ask people. If I promise you, if I do not know how to do something, I'm going to ask and make sure and make sure I do what I'm supposed to do. And like I said, don't start big, start small, and gradually work yourself up from there. If you start with something so small, you will gradually be very successful, and you'll begin to learn so much more about farming. It does not take a genius to farm. It just takes somebody who is dedicated and put forth the effort to farm. Farming is a tough business to get into. It's hard. You see a lot of things. With death and have animals die on you that you get attached to. It's something, but something that you can make a living off of on the side, and that's what I wanted to do. You can't. It is hard anymore to make a living off farming and just farming. You have to have some kind of other income, and I chose the mines. For me, felt like the mines was. I had better pay, better benefits, and then I was able to, and I'm able to farm, and that's what I want to do. And I want to continue to do this, and that's what I want to do. But that comment stuck out to me, and I wanted to make a video about that. You don't have to put a lot of money in anything. And my advice is you don't waste your money right off the bat. Save it. Start small. Save up that money and then gradually spend the stuff and buy the stuff that you need to advance what you want to farm, man. And I went with goats. Cattle to me is way big. Is a big step for me, and it's a big step for anybody. Cattle is really hard, but I'm not going to say anything about goats. Goats are really hard too if you don't know what you're doing. And I'm here to admit that I did not know what I was doing when I got into this, and it cost me. It did. And that's why I'm telling everybody now, don't spend a lot of money on things. Start very small and then you'll gradually become successful. But I know this video was brief and short, but I wanted to give you a video because that comment really did stick out to me. And I don't want to tell anybody or give anybody an advice to go out. Oh yeah, go out and spend $10,000 on a piece of equipment or anything like that when you have something really big, when you don't have a big operation. It's just nothing, because I am a small country farmer with a small herd and with small amount of land to farm, and I want people to know that it does not take a lot of money. It just takes someone dedicated and wants to do it. And you will learn so much more when you start off with a small herd like I have. I have 8 goats, 7 here. And you will learn so much more by something small. And I didn't like to read in school. I didn't. But I'm telling you, reading and doing research on things and picking farmers that have been in this business and raised these kind of animals for a long time, you will learn so much more about them. And you'll learn a lot by watching them and starting to raise them and see how they act and see and what weather and what feed they like the best and all these things. But don't, guys, my advice to you for this season or for this video is, if you want to get into something like this and raise a small herd of cattle or goats or pigs, anything like that, start small and gradually work up from there. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and like always, I'll see you on the next video.